Hey guys, what's going on? So yesterday I showed you that video from the Safety Institute that covers the hazmat car inspection, and that's going to be information that's added to what you're doing if you're doing if you're picking up a car from an industry or you are the originating terminal and you're building these trains. You have to have that knowledge in your head. You're going to get all of this information in week 5 as you go through. When you get to your regional training center, they'll give you 2 books. They're going to give you the Emergency Response Guide, and they're also going to give you the HM1. Now, when you start out your C100, which is your standard car inspection, you're going to be looking through all the standards when you go through that, making sure there's no dragging equipment. You're checking for leaning and listing. All those things. Are the doors closed? But in addition to that, you're most of the time combining tasks. So you're starting your brake test if that's the case as well. So you're looking to make sure that the EX valve is down, the retainer valve is down in the EX position. You're making sure that the cutout cock is facing the floor, all those things. And you start combining that. When you start adding hazardous material cars, there's a whole nother section of things that you need to be looking at, making sure that there's no leaking fluids, making sure the caps are closed, making sure that the placards are present on all 4 sides of the cars and there's no damage to any of them. You're responsible as a conductor outside of the originating terminal for the first 6 cars of your consist. So you're looking for all of this information, and these 2 books will help you with that. Couple of things. This Emergency Response Guide, they're going to have you write on this when you go. The first section is yellow. This is the ID. This is the number that they assign to that particular chemical, whatever it happens to be. The name is exactly what that it is, what the name is of the actual product that's in the container. The guide is simply what you do if you encounter that and there's any issues. And then also run, which is basically if it's a car that's extremely dangerous in that process, you want to make sure how far do you have to get away and how far do you need to get people away from that particular spill or anything like that. You are not a hazmat professional. This is simply to keep yourself safe and to keep other people safe. Now, outside of that, you're also going to make sure that you have this HM1 with you. This will be on your MTR as well. I don't think they're actually giving out books anymore. But there's 2 things in here that you need for week 5 for sure. There is this switching chart, which is going to be on page switching chart 36. And then you're going to have a position and train chart. The switching chart is what you are capable to do inside a yard when you are taking these cars apart and putting them back together, what cars can be next to each other, what your most hazardous car is, what your least hazardous car is, the rules for switching and moving the cars as they're apart. The position and train chart is the first 6 cars. Which position can those cars be in based on the way that they're set up? How far can a hazmat product be away from the locomotive? All of those things. Learn these 2. You're going to need them.